Continental Connection Flight 3407, operated by Colgan Air, is en route from Newark, New Jersey to Buffalo, New York. It's been a busy flight for Captain Marvin Renslow. He's providing guidance to a new first officer. 24-year-old Rebecca Shaw has been with the airline for just over a year. She must decide now if she wants to become a captain.
I don't know what I want to do with the upgrade.
If you stayed on the queue, obviously you're not making the captain rate.
Right.
But you may have a better quality of life with regards to buying a house, having a schedule.
Shaw trained on the plane they're flying now, a Canadian-made Bombardier Q400. There are 45 passengers on board. Flight 3407 is heading northwest over upstate New York. The trip is only 53 minutes. Visibility is poor, and there's a forecast of snow and moderate winds in Buffalo. As the flight makes its approach, the pilots prepare the aircraft for landing.
Gear down.
Gears down.
Right, flaps 15.
Extending the flaps provides more lift, allowing the plane to slow to its final approach speed. Suddenly, the Q400 slips out of control. Captain Renslow struggles to contain his aircraft. But it seems to have a mind of its own. The plane is now in a stall, and Renslow can't recover.
We're down.
The plane crashes into a suburban home in Clarence Center, a town 5 miles short of Buffalo Airport. All 49 passengers and crew are killed on impact. One person on the ground also dies. The devastated house and downed plane are a blazing inferno. Firefighters work tirelessly through the night. The scene in the morning is one of utter devastation. Clint Cruikshanks is one of the first investigators on the case. Investigators hope the flight's black boxes will provide answers. At the NTSB labs in Washington, systems investigator Scott Warren analyzes the aircraft's cockpit voice recorder, or CVR, to determine if there are any indications of a problem in the cockpit. He discovers that 6 minutes before the crash, the crew of Flight 3407 notices a buildup of ice on the aircraft.
Got it on my side. You don't have yours?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's lots of ice.
Ice can be a deadly threat to any airplane. The CVR reveals that only minutes after the crew detects ice, a device called the stick shaker goes off. It's a warning to pilots that the plane is losing airspeed. If they don't go faster, the plane will stall and fall out of the sky. Scott Warren knows the Q400 has a sophisticated de-icing system. To prevent ice accumulating, the plane has rubber bladders along the front of the wings called de-icing boots. A series of valves uses air from the engines to inflate the boots and crack the ice off the wing. Studying the flight data recorder, or FDR, will reveal whether the de-icing system was switched on. The pilots had switched the de-icing mechanisms on, but were they working properly? To answer that question, investigators sift through piles of charred wreckage until they find the de-icing valves. If ice didn't bring down Flight 3407, what else caused the plane to stall, crash, and kill 50 people? Investigators know icing conditions were not bad enough to take down Continental Connection Flight 3407. Something else must have caused it to suddenly lose airspeed. NTSB investigator Scott Warren knows the plane was flying at 131 knots when the stick shaker went off, more than enough speed to stay airborne. This new revelation deepens the mystery of Flight 3407. The stall warning was triggered when the plane was in no danger of slowing to a stall speed. Investigators work with the plane's manufacturer to learn more about the aircraft. They discover the Bombardier Q400 has a unique safety feature known as a reference speed switch. The switch changes the airspeed at which the plane's stall warning is activated.
Some kind of variable ref speed?
Captain Renslow should have activated the switch before flying through the icy weather. If ice was slowing the plane, Captain Renslow would be alerted sooner than usual to pick up speed and avoid a stall situation. Investigators eventually find the reference speed switch panel, buried in layers of crash debris. and it's in the activated position. If Renslow and Shaw remembered to configure the plane properly by turning on the reference speed switch, why didn't they notice their airspeed was too slow for the icy conditions?
Obviously, you're not making the captain rate.
Right.
The CVR reveals a chilling answer. The flight crew had been talking throughout the flight, continuing into the landing approach. A violation of the sterile cockpit rule.
Blah, blah, blah.
When the stick shaker goes off, the distracted crew is caught off guard. Using data from the flight recorders, investigators create a computer simulation to give them a better understanding of the crash.
Watch what happens just after the stick shaker goes off.
It illustrates that just after the stick shaker was triggered, the plane suddenly pulled up. This action dramatically slowed the aircraft, and at this point, it did stall. Investigators are dumbfounded. Both pilots should have known how to respond to one of flight's most basic tasks. The crew's every action during the critical seconds after the stall warning sounded now demand careful scrutiny. Investigators dig deeper into the FDR data to examine how the pilot maneuvered the plane after the stick shaker was triggered. They focus in on the control column. What Scott Warren finds is stunning. In response to the stick shaker, Captain Renslow should have pushed the column forward to bring the nose down and gain speed. But the distracted captain did the exact opposite. This had the effect of pulling the nose up, causing the airspeed to drop and tipping the aircraft into an actual stall. Captain Renslow apparently mishandled one of the most elemental piloting maneuvers: how to recover from a stall. It's concluded that Captain Renslow's failure to properly respond to the stall warning is the primary cause of the crash of Flight 3407. He reacted in the worst possible way and sealed the fate of the plane.